Welcome back, all you big bass lovers. It's DeMont coming back at you again. Want to go over something here. I got this in the mail today from AliExpress. Remember back when I was a kid, RYOBI was one of the best budget bait casters or budget fishing reels you could get. And this is the RYOBI XORNE ES. I'm pretty sure this is a swim bait reel. Gear ratio is 7.2 to 1. 225 grams what it's supposed to weigh. Ball bearings are 9+1. Max drag is supposed to be 10 kilograms. The reel looked pretty interesting online. They had it on good sale. So I want to take a look at it. So I guess we get a little bag. All right, and then you get a handle. You get a spare knob or handle. And then here's the reel, your paperwork. Okay, I haven't seen RYOBI in quite a few years. I kind of thought they weren't making reels anymore, to be honest with you. Okay, so RYOBI, specialized technology and high performance material. RYOBI brand since 1943 was famous Japan brand. Okay. Let's take a look here. Looks nice. Feels pretty good. Not getting a lot of slop or play. Positive clicks from the drag star. Spool tension does not click. It was fully locked down when I first started messing with it. Okay. Really good free spool there from trigger, doesn't have much slop in it. Really good free spool. The made in China. Let's see, can we see what kind of brakes we have right now? One thing I don't like about having this little, let me show you real fast, this back here. When you're palming it, sometimes you have, some people say you have a chance of hitting. I have not had it happen to me, but some people say you have a chance of maybe hitting it. Oh, the whole thing just pops right out. It's got a little bit of heavy grease in there. Wow. Oh, it's dual. Okay. See, it didn't really show none of this stuff on the AliExpress, the ad. So you got 5 buttons and 4 wedges that pop out, or boots, or wherever people can call them, centrifugal brakes. You just activate them by pushing it forward. And it's got a little spring in there. Yeah. Okay. I kind of thought it was good as a free spool. We were going to see some different bearings in here, but I guess not. Frame appears to be carbon. I mean, RYOBI almost always made their reels. There's a little bit of gap. I don't know if you can see that right there, but it doesn't seem that much. When you're using 20-pound line, I don't think it'll be a big deal. RYOBI almost always kind of went where like the first ones actually doing like the, let's call it nylon frame or carbon frame reels. Well, it's just a fancy word for plastic. Just trying to inspect everything. There's like a, looks like a little notch or something right here. I don't know if that's supposed to be there or not. Just pop a piece of my fingernail off. Okay, let's see how much this thing weighs real quick. Let's see if it's on track with what it says on the box. Okay, what do we have it set to? I think we have it set to grams, okay. 244. What does it say on the box? On the box it says 225. I wonder if that's with the other handle. So it very could well be with this handle. So this handle here appears to be a lot lighter than this handle. And it's considerably shorter. So you can kind of see going from center to center, it's a good bit shorter. So it's probably for this handle here, and this is foam and this is metal. So that probably makes a difference in the handle weight and the weight of the box versus actual real life. A lot of times, guys, I don't really weigh the spool on swim bait reels and big reels like this, because there's really no sense in it, because it's not meant for throwing BFS. It's not meant for throwing super light baits. There's really no need in getting an actual gravital mass for your spool. That spins really nice. Wow. All in all, it feels pretty good. I can't remember the price I paid for it. I will link it down below. But it's nice to see a nice RYOBI reel again. This is one of the first reels. I mean, they've always kind of had like a, it looks like the Abu Garcia symbol. The old Abu Garcia symbol. Let's see if I can get the glare off of it. But back in the day, I mean, this was like, if you're trying to find a budget reel at Walmart, you're usually going to get a RYOBI. Usually Walmart had RYOBIs, they had Daiwa, and they had Shimano. That was the 3 different bait casters you had to choose from. And then they had a Mitchell one. The Mitchell one was okay. It was a plastic reel basically as well. But it wasn't as good as the RYOBI. And then Mitchell stopped doing bait casters. It's a really good thumb bar. I think all in all, what this kind of reminds me of is like a really big speed spool. It has the same line guide. Pretty much kind of the same frame as the, actually kind of the same brakes as well. And this says ES200R. This might be like a Super Duty. I'm kind of thinking this, they stole this design from Super Duty. I mean, the brakes are the same. The thumb bar is basically the same. The spool's basically the same. Yeah, I think they stole this as a Super Duty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they stole they stole this. Get my tongue untied. I'm pretty sure they stole this from a Super Duty. Even the brake knob looks like a Super Duty. I mean, yeah, pretty sure. They got this from Super Duty. A loose Super Duty. But I guarantee this is a lot cheaper than a loose Super Duty off of AliExpress. It took right at 9 days to get this reel. Yeah, you can kind of tell that some of the quality control wasn't exactly the best. Well, that's not really quality control. That's just a paint job. Okay, that's just pieces of paint that I'm feeling there. That's what that is. All right. So go ahead and say over here. I had to order me some more. I usually get these. I usually buy about 10 of these a year, and sometimes I buy 20. Just show you this real quick. This is one of my favorite little finesse jigs. Other than, I talked about this on the finesse jig video I did a while back. I like the Jewel. Excuse me. I like the Jewel, the Picasso, the Z-Man, and I also like, this is from Ketchum Lures. This is called the BB jig. This guy, he's a small guy, small company. He's based out of West Virginia. If I can get this open, he only makes a couple different colors. And also, when I ordered the jigs, I also ordered some trailers for it as well. They're a little bit different. I'm going to show them to you really quick here. Oops, just dropped them off here. That's okay. You can't beat his prices on stuff. Here's the BB jig. Here's his number here. I think his name's Darren, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure it's Darren. And this is the trailers he sells. It's basically, these are Chinese paddle tails, but they're basically the little paddle tails. They're 3 inches. You get 30 for $8. This is the BB jig. He makes them himself. I bought this is a 10-pack. This is the green pumpkin color. This is a little finesse jig. It has a nice little weed guard. It has a little wired weed keeper, little wire keeper. It has a really good hook in it. Really super sharp. He likes to fish them with these on here. I don't really fish them with these. I just get this to have these to fish with. I don't really put them on the BB jig. I'll show you what these are as well. Yep. And sometimes you get these and the tail looks like that. So you can see it. The tail looks like this. Just get you some hot, almost boiling water. Stick this in there for a second, pick it back up, and it's going to straighten out. But I had some sitting here. What did I do with them? Give me 1 second. But, well, let me use this right here. I'll say this right here on this. This would probably look really good on here as well. From little mule fishing here. The, what's it called? The burrow bug. I think it would look good on there. It might be, this might be a little too small for it, but it might not be. Yeah, I think it'll look good on there. Let's give it a try real quick, and you guys can tell me what you think as well. You're gonna put it right through the middle. But this has kind of a nice little weed guard. It doesn't have, it's not too thick, not too thin. He really does a really good job with this little finesse jig. I mean, that's just, this is speaking from somebody who really likes finesse jigs. I came too far down. I didn't think I could possibly come too far down this little thing. All right, so let's come back a little bit. Gotta be careful, that little hook's sharp. It will get you. All right. So just like a most Z-Man, you gotta pick it up and over. Get it on top of that barb. I usually throw these with TD bugs. Yeah, I think the TD bug would be better on here. But you can kind of, yeah. This is just too small of a little bait. This is too thin. You can kind of see here as I went through the middle. You can see it kind of, the keeper kind of popped through here. This is just too thin. But I'll show you another thing I really like to put on here. That's actually dynamite on here. Give me 1 second. This is probably my, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give you this little, this is probably my favorite way to rig this up. Bear with me just a second. Wow. This little bait's so soft, it's like trying to grab everything. If I can get it off the keeper, it'll be doing all right. There we go. Get off of there. So here's one thing about the BB jigs. It sits up like that. It's got a nice little flat head. And another thing that makes it even work better is using something like a last tag. Like I was just trying to do, but it just was not wanting to work for me. Let me grab one of these. It's sitting right beside me. I should have used this to begin with. And this is the Ned BLT. This is Elastic. It's high floating. But this is one of my favorite things to put on this little finesse jig. Actually, my favorite things to put on almost all finesse jigs. But you come in just like this right here. This is the, these are a little bit longer than a traditional Ned. Traditional Ned are about 2.5 or 2.25. You can cut these down if you want to, but you don't really need to. I think it actually is perfect just like it is. You're gonna bring it down, you're gonna come out about right there. I came down a little bit too far. Wind is whipping tonight. All right, and you're gonna push that keeper up on there. All right. If I came out the backside of the bait with this little sharp hook. Give me 1 second. Good grief. And it's a nice not my night, guys. It's kind of, I forgot to cut the heat on in the building, and it got kind of cool out here. So I'm kind of a little bit shaky. I've been trying to, it's cold. That wind's cold. Okay, so let's do this again. Let's stop being silly. Let's line it up and do it right. So it's going to come out about right there. Keep that spot lined up with your thumb. You're going to come in. You're going to stay in the center. You're going to come out in the center. Right where you had your thumb. Get the weed guard out of the way. Pull it up on top of the keeper. There you go. Now, and that will help float that hook up. It's gonna stand up. It's gonna be just like that right there. And all your skirt material is gonna be sitting there fluctuating on the bottom. And you're gonna get bit. And that's how it's gonna work. You're gonna get bit. But yeah, just thought I'd show you. I think these are, give me 1 second, I'll tell you how much these are. I don't lie to you. Let's put this back where it goes. Back on this little pack here. Let me take this bait back off of here so I can show you how much these weigh. He sells these for $2.50 a piece. or I think you get 10 for 20. So I always buy them like a 10 pack. Man, that little keeper, I mean, it doesn't let go of stuff. Once you get it on there, it ain't letting it go. There it goes. All right, so these little BB jigs, they weigh about 6 grams. I think they're 3/16, if I'm not mistaken. They're either 1/8 or 3/16, one or the other. But there you go. Just thought I'd let you know. And once again, that's the number there. If you want to get you some BB jigs. I mean, you can't go wrong with them. The little swim baits for 30 pack. You have 2 colors. You have the green pumpkin and you have black. You have green pumpkin, you have brown, and you have black in these as well. So he kind of keeps it simple as far as that goes, but he has lots of different jigs you can get. He pours a lot of different jigs. So if you're needing something different, he'll hook you up. Tell him I sent you. He don't know probably who I am. He knows I do an order about every year. But other than that, he probably has a lot of other stuff. He's kind of an older fellow. All right, guys. Well, I met him back when I was living in Pennsylvania. Long time ago. This has been DeMont. I got a bunch of storms rolling in. Kind of messed up all my plans for this weekend. If you have any questions, feel free to ask it. Excuse me, down below. Now I got the hiccups. Man, it's not my night. Like I said, if you have any questions, ask them down below. I'll get back to you. Let me know what you think about stuff. Till next time, tight lines. Y'all stay safe. Dang, hiccups.